back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Chelsea Ohenewa. So this video is going to be me explaining how I got my 6 years visitor's visa from within Canada. So in my last video, I talked about how I had to extend my study permit, and then your study permit and your study visa expires at the same time. So my study permit and my study visa expired on 31st August 2024. So that meant I had to do a new study permit, and then I got my study permit, and now I had to get a visa, because if I don't have a visa, I can't leave the country and then return. A permit doesn't allow you to travel. It's not a travel document. So I needed a visa to be able to go in and out of the country. So I went on YouTube, obviously, because if I don't know anything about immigration stuff, I go on YouTube to search for it. And then I looked for how to apply for a visa. Then I also knew of a friend that told me that if you are applying for your visa, they give you a visitor's visa. They don't give you a student visa anymore after your first student visa that you brought from your home country expires. I'll attach a screenshot of all the documents I used to apply for the visitor's visa. Okay guys, so you're going to hear some background noise because my roommate is cooking. I'm so sorry, I apologize, but I hope you can actually hear me clearly. So as I was saying, when I went on YouTube to search for what I needed to do, that was what I saw, that you apply for visa. I mean, if you apply for a visa as a student, that is what they give you. I just don't know, but I think that's how it is. So I went to my account again, and then when you always go into your RTC account, before you apply for anything, whether visitor's visa, work visa, study visa, or study permit, you have to scroll down. I've screen recorded the process, and then I'll attach it to the end of this video. So yesterday night I did all that, so that those of you that would like to see how it's actually done, I just had the time and then I did it for you guys. So it will be at the end of this video, the process of applying for that visitor's visa from within Canada. So watch till the end. So I went down, I went to apply to come to Canada, and then once you do that, they'll ask you a question. Do you have a personal reference code? And if you don't have a personal reference code, option down there, that is visitor's visa, work visa, study visa, and then express entry. So you select visitor's visa because that's what you wanted. And then you do that one, and then you just follow the steps, which I said will be at the end of the video. So the documents that I needed were not that many, and then as I said in that last video, I didn't even put in much effort in this visitor's visa because I just knew since you were students, you are going to get, unless you came and didn't go to school, and that's when there are going to be questions about it. But since I'm a student, I was going to get it, and they gave me up to the end of my passport. That's why it's 6 years. My passport is 2020 to 2030. I'm already in 2024, so I have 6 years left. But mind you, it's not as easy as you think, because you will need a confirmation of enrollment, a transcript, I think, and some other documents. So you should be in school before you'll be able to apply for it. And there is this document, IMM 57 something. It says application for visitor's visa. That one is a compulsory document that you have to fill out. It's more or less like the one you fill out when you are doing your study permit. And then there's also another document under the other documents. That's like the optional document that you can add. And that one says application for visitor's visa from outside Canada. Since I'm within Canada, I didn't have to fill that document. So I didn't add that document. I didn't even fill it at all. So I did the compulsory document that I was supposed to fill, the application for visitor's visa, and then the supporting documents like your digital photo, your transcript, your confirmation of enrollment, your study permit, bank statements, and all of that. So let me tell you the document that I used to apply, especially for the bank statement. I used my actual bank statements, and then I used my offer letter from work, because I had already gotten a job somewhere, second job, so they gave me an offer letter. So I added that one, and then I added about 2 or 3 of my pay stubs from Starbucks, and then my savings account. I added 4 documents to the proof of funds. So that was what I used for the proof of funds. And then my digital photo, that I used the same picture I used for the study permit, since it has not been more than 6 months. And then the other document that you will see at the end of the video. So someone asked me a question as to why I did a visitor's visa from within Canada. So I don't really know how it works, but I think it's nothing new. Like that's how it is. But the reason why people don't really know about it, because unlike me that I changed school, so my visa was expiring. If you come to school and then you do the whole period of that, like the duration of the school, then there's no need for you to apply for visas again, because once you're done with school, you are just transitioning into postgraduate work permit. So with that, I think you don't have to apply for a visa anymore, because I don't know, but you will still need a visa for postgraduate permit. Most people come to school and then they finish school without their permit and their visa expiring. But for me, which was not so, that is why I think it's new to some of you, because maybe you don't hear people talking about it because they come to school and then they finish within the period that their study permit or their study visa says so. But because I had to reapply for a study permit, a visitor's visa, that is why it's new to you. So I don't think it's something new that has not happened before. It happens, but it only happens when your study visa has expired or your work visa has expired and then you need a new visa. So whoever is in Canada, you can always use this process. I don't know if it's possible for you to apply if your visa is not expiring soon. I mean, if your study visa is not expiring, so I don't know about that. But if you feel your study visa is like 3 months, 4 months, or 5 months to expire, you should apply for this visitor's visa from within Canada, because it gives you so much time. I'm not the only one that has gotten this like long visa. I have a friend who's in my class that also got his. He actually had 10 years visa because his passport was new. So it's nothing new like that is coming up. It's there, but just that maybe some of you did not know, and then now you know. So yeah, that is why I applied for the visa. Let me know if you have any other question. I don't know if I've explained this well for you to get it, but the screen recording of how to do the visitor's visa from within Canada is probably at the end of this video, so you can get more clarification from that end. Thank you for watching. I like that you guys ask me more questions, because it gives me time to also learn more and then explain more to you. But you guys should watch my other vlogs. This channel is not for immigration stuff. I just share my experience, and I don't really know everything. I just, when it gets to my turn to do mine, then I can explain it from my point of view. But I don't like go deep down and be searching for how to do all these things. I can only explain from my point of view. So let's say if you ask me a question, if you come on Instagram and ask me a question and I'm not able to help you, it's not because I don't want to, it's because I probably don't know. So thank you for watching, but watch the screen recording that follows this. Get it?
Hey guys, so this is my personal IRCC account. So once you open your account, you go to apply to come to Canada, and then they'll ask you this question. If you don't have a personal reference code, there are options. Then you select that visitor's visa, study or work permit. Then they will ask you a couple of questions like, what would you like to do in Canada? So since I'm studying, I'll select study. How long are you planning to stay? It's going to be long, so I selected more than 6 months. And then they will select your passport name, like Ghana, then your current country, which is Canada. So you're supposed to select Canada. And then they'll ask you, do you have a family? No, you don't have a family who has a citizenship or permanent residence like me. So no. And then what is your date of birth? Here I put just a random date because it's just a demonstrative video. So I put 2005, but I'm way older than that. And yeah, so after this, you go to the next one and then find out if you're eligible. But now they ask for attestation letters. I think there's a new rule that masters and PhD will be providing that. For demonstrative purpose, when I was doing my visitor's visa, I didn't select yes. But now I think you have to select yes. So you just follow these. What exception do you qualify for? So I selected an applicant who meets another IRCC. Something is down there. When I was doing my visitor's visa, I didn't see these options, but IRCC is always changing and updating stuff. So I took quite a time there because I didn't even know what it was. And then all these questions, which is like self-explanatory. So yeah, after here, what is your current immigration status? I'm a student, so yes, you select a student, and then all these marital status and province or territory of destination, which is Saskatchewan. So you select Saskatchewan, then you go on to the next one. But here I selected British Columbia just for demonstrative sake. Then this is the result that they will give you. So you have to either apply for study permit, which I already did, but I'm showing you how to do the TRV. So with the study permit, it's the same process, and then you hit continue if you want to do study permit. But since I wanted to do a visa, I'll hit continue with a temporary resident visa, and then they'll still ask you a couple of questions. So the process for study permit, you just follow that same process and just select study permit, and then find out if you are eligible to apply. Which of the following best describes the situation? I have a study permit, because you can't do a TRV from within Canada if you don't have a study permit. Hope that makes sense. Have you had a medical blah blah blah? That's no, because if you are going to work with children, or if you are going to do medicine, all those things that is there, then you have to do a medical test before you even apply for all this stuff. Since I'm not, I just selected no. And then, am I applying for someone or a family member? No. So, are you going to give someone access to your application? No. I'm doing it all by myself. In the past 10 years, yes, I've given my fingerprint, so yes. Then I'll go on to the next one. I'll be paying my own fees, so yes, I'm not fee exempt. And then you go on to, will you make your own digital copies? Yes. Because it's not going to be on paper, it's going to be online. And then how would you pay? MasterCard or Visa card or whatever? Yes. Then you have to review what you said, and if you feel there was something that you made wrong, you can just edit and then go on. So these are the documents that they are telling you and how to pay and all those things. So you just hit continue, and then this is the document checklist that you need. This is the first one that I said is compulsory that you have to fill. IM 5257. The supporting document is the transcript, work or study permit. So with this work or study permit, you have to have your permit before you can apply for your TRE, proof of next term's enrollment, your passport, proof of means of financial support, a digital photo. So for the optional documents, I didn't fill that part, but you can fill the client information if you have any document that you think you should add. But the IMM 5257, that's what you did up there, so you don't have to add it anymore. Thank you for watching. I'll come your way same time next week with another video. Bye.